Previously on DrakeParagon.
It's really rolly.
How can they calibrate that propeller to go so perfectly?
It's not enough to be sailing with.
So we have a full main and a full jib out.
Do we go by the chart or do we go by the book?
We checked a few different positions and they were all off by quite a lot.
This changes everything.
I was looking at something else when it happened and it just gave me a fright. I was just thinking, Jesus.
Hey!
Stewed tomatoes, garlic, salt, basil, chili peppers, and crush it, which makes it easy to take the shell off. Olive oil. Turn on the stove. Just gonna let that boil and then simmer for a bit, and then I'll add the tofu. Easiest way is to use scissors. One hand for the camera, one hand for the boat. There we go. Cut it into cubes. Stir that up a bit and continue just to let it simmer. I just put a first reef in the main. Hopefully we won't have to put a second reef in. We're on a broad reach in true wind speeds of about 15 knots, maybe gusting a little higher. As long as it doesn't get much windier, then I think one reef in the main will be fine. Yep. Hey Mo, you want some pasta? I'm going to just put some Parmesan on for you.
Thank you.
The seat's more comfortable, the sails were flapping a little bit earlier.
This is a lot more comfortable,
But
huh?
it's nice.
There you go. That feels a little better. Yeah, I've just been closely watching the
The wind.
speed. We're on a broad reach. and it was like 18 to 20 for a good 20 minutes, and then it went to 21. It hit like 24, and that's when I was like, okay, 24 is enough. We don't want to break anything. Although she seemed to be riding it quite nicely, even above 20 knots of wind on a broad reach with one reef in the main. I wasn't really worried about any part of the rig. I was a little concerned about undue stress on the autopilot though. The autopilot, I think, had to work harder to keep the boat on course. Because when the wind hits the sail on the starboard side, it pushes the boat to port. So now she's not working so hard.
That's good.
Yeah, to sleep.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you could really hear the wind just pick up down below. It just went.
I see it now. It's 22, 23. I wonder if I should bring in the jib a little. I'm sure we're doing pretty good.
6.4, 7,
9. I'm sure if we brought in like a quarter of the jib, we wouldn't, it wouldn't decrease our speed that much.
No, take some of the pressure off, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, for those guys who say, if you need a winch to reef a jib, there's something wrong, you're not doing it right, or it's not rigged up right, you should be able to do it by hand. I'd like to see anybody try to bring in this reefing line in 25 knots of wind without a winch. God, that thing's noisy.
Yeah.
And I rebuilt it and everything. It's all greased and everything. What the hell is that? It's just the line.
Wow.
This used to be the staysail halyard winch. I took it off the mast and I put it here. Jib, sheet, and furl. So glad these ones are from behind and not on the nose.
This is the wind we were expecting from this.
Yeah!
Finally got here.
I think when I get much older, I'll probably just have a little button here. That's good. We're off the rum line. When we sailed directly on the rum line with the wind coming from directly astern, the jib would, even in the high wind, kind of flog a little bit. Too windy for flogging. So we adjusted her a little bit off the wind. Wow, 6.2 through the water.
Yeah, we're flying.
Alright. Want a hot cup of tea or something?
Actually, okay.
I had one of Barry's teas.
What do you think of it?
Very, very nice tea.
That's good.
Man, thank God I put that reef in. It just got up to 27 knots of true wind.
It's still there.
Jeez.
It's cold and sunny. It's 25, 26, and then it goes to 27.
25. Wow. A little bit windy. So you're gonna put a little more, bring in a little more?
I don't think all the jib.
No, not all.
Just enough to stop the autopilot from struggling a bit.
Yeah. That looks good. I think you need to sheet it in on the sheet winch.
Slid off. Oh wait.
Oh God, watch your fingers, man.
That's good. It's brought the speed in a little bit.
Feels a lot better.
Yeah, it feels nice.
Feels a lot more in control.
We're not kind of sliding on under the waves at all.
Yeah. And our speed is 6.5 over ground, between 5.7 and 6.5. That's not bad at all.
I think we can manage that.
Okay, I'm going to bed.
Go to bed. If the wind gets any stronger,
Wake me up.
I'll wake you up.
Yeah.
For 2 hours. It's 3:29 a.m. in the morning, and this is how bright it is up here. As you can see, we've a lot of waves beside us. So we have over here. We've got some fallen seas. Drake put a second reef in the main before he came on watch, and I took in the jib because it got up to 27 knots. We're in the following sea, so we're kind of getting pushed around a little bit, but it's so much better than going into it. Otherwise we just have to hove to because we'd just be getting beaten up. We're doing about 6.5 to 7 knots, so we're flying along. We're not on the run line, but we're heading north. It's like north-northwest we're going, as opposed to north, but it's just much more comfortable. We had one wave bang up against the enclosure. I was looking at something else when it happened, and it just gave me fright. I was just thinking, Jesus. But it wasn't a big one. So yeah. I'll try and show you. It's really hard to show you seas that are following big ones. With like all this stuff here in the background. That's coming up behind the back of the level of the boat. So let's go look. There's a big one. Look. Look. So there's some bigger waves, but like that, it's not that bad. It's between 20-25 knots now at the point, which we can sail that comfortably, with the odd sway of the back of the boat or whatever. If it got any wavier or if it got any windier, I'd call Drake and we'd probably go hove too, just to make it more comfortable. That's kind of 30 knots was the number he put in, because it got up to 27. Once or twice it gusted to 28. Just in this type of weather you want to make sure that nothing's breaking. Like you could probably do 8 knots, but you'd be putting huge pressure on the mast and more pressure. Oh, here's a big one. Wow, see that guy? Here's another one. See this big roller? That's a breaking wave right there. Look. There's a big one behind it. This one's gonna turn us a big time. Shit. I don't think the autopilot's gonna be able to hold much more. In fact, I think I might take the jib in. Go away, of course. Yeah. Take some jib in. That's what I'll do, and then I'll calm up. Good morning, Mo. How are you?
I feel like I'm riding a roller coaster.
How did it feel getting ready this morning?
Oh, it was fun. I was like a pinball in a pinball machine.
Yeah, it's a bit, there's some waves and stuff coming from behind. So every now and again you get one of these, which is fine when you're sitting down, but if you're trying to get like Nutri-Grain or something out of a locker down below, you go, here.
Not so much.
Not so much. I nearly went flying on top of the two of you.
What's the wind been like?
It got pretty big. It's dropped off a little bit now.
Really?
Yeah. It was up at 28 knots.
Okay.
And I took the jib in, and then I put a staysail instead, just to stop us from going from.
Right.
But it's come down to like steady 25, 24 now.
Okay.
So it's okay. Autopilot's doing okay as well. Because I took the jib in because it was like on here.
Yeah. It's getting too windy for it to effectively steer.
Yep. I prefer my version better. You're like, it's too windy for it to effectively steer, and I'm like, no words for me. Staysail is reduced a little bit, so it's not the full staysail. But if needs be, it's all good to go for just swapping over onto a hole too. Because the jib is all tied up and done and sorted.
Perfect.
I couldn't believe it was 2 o'clock. It doesn't feel like 4 o'clock, does it?
No, not at
It
all.
feels like 9 or 10 in the morning.
Yeah, it was interesting. My whole watch last night, it just had that ever so slight glow. Like, hey, the sun's going to be coming up soon, but it wasn't. Like, it was the middle of the night. It just never got completely dark.
It's kind of handy though for just keeping watching.
It was perfect. I loved it. I could see everything. I could see like the horizon around me. So even if we were a little bouncy, I'm like, okay, I'm cool.
Some difference from St. John's, isn't it?
Yeah, no kidding.
Go up a couple of 100 miles, the difference it makes.
Okay, well, I'll get some rest.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eyeball on the wind if it gets up to 30 plus. Oh, wait, Drake, go.
It was perfect timing actually, Drake, when I was getting up on watch.
Yeah.
It was like this big blow just happened, so I think it went up from like 20, 22 to 25, and Drake went up and put in the reef and I filmed him, and then he came down and then he was going to bed, and then I realised it started going 25, 26, 27. He put it in just before all the really big wind came. It was perfect time.
Good.
And then I just took in the jib and put up the staysail then. So it's great.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna try and wedge myself in my bunk and not go flying. Have fun.
Have a good sleep. Well,
Wait, film this for a second. It looks like Drake was really in a hurry to get into bed.
jumped down out of his shoes in bed.
Yeah.
All
Did you
right.
his laptop?
Now what?
His laptop fell on the floor.
And cracked? Oh no. No,
It's on the screen, it's cracked, it's working and everything, so we can, I don't know, he can probably get that.
Okay.
I'm just glad.
I think the best part of this watch is 6 hours off. Get off. Bye. So we started off on here. Came up, we're like, looks like we're halfway, maybe more. Actually, 360.7 nautical miles to our waypoint right there. So 3-4 more days. We're going 5 to 7 knots over ground and 25 knots of wind in stern. It's gonna be a little bumpy, but we're making time. 5:44 in the morning ship's time, and I'm just finishing up my 2-hour watch. I'm about to go wake Drake up. We've had around steady 22 to 24 knots of wind coming just off the port side stern, although now it's pretty much right behind us. Have a double reefed main, staysail out to help balance it, but it's pretty rolly. There are these big, like, trophy waves that are all around us. Anyway, go wake up Sleeping Beauty. Good morning. Hi. It's 15 to. I'll be up in a minute. Okay.
think I'll start some water for him. Then I'm gonna go back up.